We started at Katingal just so that we're a bit out of town and didn't have to fight any traffic. 15 k's and we were onto some beautiful roads heading up towards Woolbrook. Most of these roads run alongside rivers. As we climbed up into the mountains, whilst the stream got smaller, it just runs clearer and clearer. You can see it alongside here. We've probably travelled no more than 25 or 30 k's and we stopped for lunch. A beautiful little stream. If it had been summer, I think I would have been swimming. And then off we went, climbed higher up into the mountains where the views just get even bigger. We had a slight accident, it wasn't too bad. And then up into the granite country. The McDonald River soon greeted us, and we got higher up into the ranges before we hit Walker. It was windy by then, but it was blowing us all the way there, which was lovely. We made it. About 70 odd k's, 77 k's and 1500 metres of climbing. We got up early because we knew we had a big day ahead. Hit the cafe, made sure we were all ready to leave, and off we went. It was a cold start. We fought against the wind, unfortunately, until we got to the McDonald River, and then we turned and headed more in a southeasterly direction with the wind slightly behind us. Off on Nangla Road, which turned back to tar after a while. It was sealed, but not long after that, maybe after 15 k's. It returned back to gravel. Some beautiful country, some big mountains, but we hit Nangla for lunch. We decided to avoid the stock route. Maybe we should have gone that way. To try another day. And up out of Nangla we went. And whilst there was some beautiful scenery and we were smiling at this point in time, and not for long, my goodness, the mountains were steep out of Nangla. It just went up and up and up. And then we wound over Nowandock Road and headed off towards the Nundle State Forest. And the State Forest was beautiful, but it was getting late. The hills seemed to be steeper. The roads were definitely rougher. And by the time it got close to 5 o'clock, we were really looking forward to getting to Nundle. We went down the hill, literally dropped off the top of the mountain to finish off about 100 odd k's and another 1500 metres of climbing for the day at the Riders Rest. We woke feeling much better the next morning. Got to enjoy the Riders Rest, which is a great place to go and stay. Had a look around Nundle. There was lots happening that Sunday morning, just a beautiful town. And then filled up on coffee and donuts before we checked out the woolen mill and then headed out of town. 5 k's and we're back onto some beautiful roads, riding alongside the Peel River on River Road, heading towards Chaffey Dam, which is Tamworth's water supply. It was a much easier ride this morning. We knew that we only had about 500 metres of climbing ahead of us over 60 k's, so it wasn't going to be hard. We rode the tar roads past the dam, which was over 100% spilling. And then we headed down to Wooloman, stopped off at the reserve for a moment, and then onto Wooloman Back Road. The floodplains were just full of new growth and lots of water from the recent rains. We managed to hit Tuns Lane, which always ends up a bit rough in patches, before bridging around via Loombra Road to Cameron's Lane, which is just wonderful. Getting on to about 50 odd k's here, starting to feel like we've been riding for a fair bit, but it wasn't far and we were just about back in civilization.